to do the whole place.
See? You gotta go to Ross.
Tonight, breaking news, forced out. After just 11 days on the job at the White House, the new communications director, Anthony Scaramucci, brought in to clean house, is pushed out himself. The new chief of staff, General John Kelly, is in, and how the White House is explaining all of this tonight. Also at this hour, Tropical Storm Emily hits. The state of emergency, thousands without power. The outrage tonight, the young man accusing deputies of tasing him unnecessarily dozens of times while in custody, claiming he suffered from 40 taser burns on his body. The terror takedown, where 4 suspects about to try to take down a passenger plane. What authorities are now saying about the alleged device. The escape, a dozen inmates break free in this country using, of all things, peanut butter. The manhunt and the reward tonight. And we remember a celebrated playwright and actor. You'll remember Sam Shepard's roles.
This is ABC World News Tonight with David Muir.
Good evening, and it's great to have you with us here on a Monday night. He lasted just 11 days on the job. Anthony Scaramucci, who was hired by the president as communications director to help restore order to the West Wing. He's now been ordered out, pushed out. Anthony Scaramucci, who calls himself the Mooch, was there just this morning as a new chief of staff was sworn in. General John Kelly now running the West Wing, and how does the White House explain the Mooch and his limited run? ABC senior White House correspondent Cecilia Vega leading us off.
It was one of the fastest, crudest flameouts in West Wing history. Communications director Anthony Scaramucci, known simply as the Mooch, forced out after just 11 days on the job. The new White House chief of staff, John Kelly, pushing for his departure. Scaramucci, a wealthy Wall Street financier, handpicked by the president and his family, cast himself from the start as a personal friend of the commander-in-chief.
I love the president. I obviously love the country.
But from day one, there was bad blood between Scaramucci and former chief of staff Reince Priebus.
We are a little bit like brothers, where we rough each other up once in a while, which is totally normal for brothers.
It only got worse.
Some brothers are like Cain and Abel. Other brothers can fight with each other and get along. I don't know if this is repairable or not. That will be up to the president.
But then Scaramucci redefined what it meant to go off message. The communications director calling up a reporter and launching into a tirade, calling Priebus a paranoid schizophrenic, threatening to fire essentially the entire White House communications team over leaks, saying they'll all be fired by me. And I fired one guy the other day. I have 3 to 4 people I'll fire tomorrow. He also tore into the president's chief strategist, Steve Bannon. I'm not Steve Bannon, he said, launching into an attack so profane we can't repeat it on television. He said, I'm not trying to build my own brand. The White House today said the president, who's used some choice words himself in the past, was none too happy about Scaramucci's comments.
The president certainly felt that Anthony's comments were inappropriate for a person in that position.
The communications director had become the story, his words going viral, his gestures mirroring the president's, mocked on The Daily Show. He's made a point of saying he reported only to the president. This morning, following the swearing in of the new chief of staff, Scaramucci was in the back of the room.
I predict that General Kelly will go down in terms of the position of chief of staff, one of the great ever.
And today, the White House issuing a stunning shift in the chain of command. Everyone, including the president's own daughter and son-in-law, report to John Kelly.
General Kelly has the full authority to operate within the White House, and all staff will report to him.
So let's get to Cecilia Vega live at the White House tonight. And Cecilia, I want to show everyone at home that image from today, the president presiding over a cabinet meeting. Attorney General Jeff Sessions sitting right across the table from him. Of course, the president has been relentless in his very public criticism of Sessions. As you know, Cecilia, there had been talk of possibly moving Jeff Sessions from AG over to the Department of Homeland Security, where General Kelly has just left the post. You were there at the White House. They were pressed on this?
Press Secretary Sarah Sanders was, David, and she said that they have no announcement about that and that, quote, the president has 100% confidence in his cabinet. That sounded very much like a vote of confidence for Jeff Sessions. But despite all of the drama here today, David, the president seems very pleased. He just tweeted calling this a great day at the White House. David.
Cecilia Vega leading us off. Cecilia, great to have you. We are also following the state of emergency at this hour after Tropical Storm Emily slammed into Florida. Tonight, a depression, thousands without power, blinding rain for drivers there, high winds coming ashore near Sarasota, then carving a path right across the state. The tiny island of Anna Maria, the first to take the hit. ABC's Gio Benitez is in Fort Myers Beach tonight.
Tonight, Tropical Storm Emily drenching Florida's Gulf Coast with up to 8 inches of rain. The system developing quickly this morning, the governor now declaring a state of emergency in 31 counties, some 18,000 losing power.
I urge you to keep alert to local weather and road conditions.
A construction worker in St. Petersburg shooting this video as Emily moved ashore.
Emily has arrived.
Those powerful winds shutting down the Sunshine Skyway Bridge. The Coast Guard rescuing 2 brothers clinging to a navigation light in Tampa Bay. Their fishing boat striking the structure and sinking during the storm. In Bradenton, a race to find foster homes for rescue animals.
A lot of rain real fast, dead flat property, and the sump pump stopped working. So we're trying to catch up.
This tractor trailer losing control while driving on slick roads in Tampa, dangling over a highway overpass. Part of a hotel roof ripped off in Fort Myers Beach.
Just incredible images coming in tonight. Gio Benitez with us live from Fort Myers Beach. And we know many parts of that area, Gio, were hit with more than a half-foot of rain. Where is Emily now? Where is she headed?
Well, David, right now you can just see there is still some strong wind here on the Gulf Coast. But I want you to look at this map right now because Emily is over central Florida. Eastern parts of the state are going to get some rain tonight. Then it just rushes off to sea tomorrow morning. The rest of the East Coast should be just fine, David.
Gio Benitez with us live from Florida tonight. Gio, thank you. Next tonight here to 3 sheriff's deputies accused of excessive force on a teenager in Tennessee. The video is difficult to watch. The 18-year-old suspect was tased repeatedly while already restrained. He says he had 40 taser burns in all on his body. Here's ABC's Adrian Banker tonight.
Tonight, 3 Tennessee sheriff's deputies suspended after this grim surveillance video emerges. Jordan Norris, eyes wide open, writhing in pain, repeatedly tased while restrained. You can hear one deputy warn the young man. Norris now suing, claiming excessive force. His lawyer says the then 18-year-old was suffering from a mental health episode, alleging he was tased some 40 times. In filed police reports, deputies say the use of force was justified. Brought in on multiple felony drug and weapons charges, they write the suspect was combative, resisting handcuffs, attempting to bite and spit at officers, even threatening them.
He made comments that if we arrest him, he was going to shoot us or kill us. We are dealing on a daily basis with bad people, and there are bad people, but that doesn't mean that we have the right to violate their rights, and we're not.
The 3 suspended deputies are on paid leave, the sheriff asking the Tennessee Bureau of Investigation for an independent review. David?
Adrian Banker, thank you. New developments tonight about the death of an Indianapolis area police officer who was shot and killed while trying to help victims of a car crash. One of the people in that car accused of killing Police Lieutenant Aaron Allen, a husband and father. Tonight, we have now learned that Lieutenant Allen was shot 14 times. That suspect is now in custody. Next this evening to the potential terror takedown, where 4 suspects about to take down a passenger plane. Airports in Australia are on high alert tonight as investigators now report about a device. Here's ABC's James Longman.
Tonight, 4 men being held by police under special terror laws.
There has been a major joint counter-terrorism operation to disrupt a terrorist plot to bring down an airplane.
The motive for their alleged plan to put a, quote, device on an aircraft, all too familiar.
We do believe it is Islamic-inspired terrorism.
Police say they have found a number of items of great interest as raids across Sydney continue today.
Kind of device they were trying to build. Screeners around the world are going to be looking for just unusual objects or things that look that they could be put together to form an explosive.
Tonight, security stepped up at airports across Australia. US security already at an all-time high. Sources tell ABC News that US intelligence officials are closely monitoring this case because of suspected communications between the alleged plotters and ISIS. David?
ABC's James Longman tonight. James, thank you. The Kremlin this evening has delivered their own response to Congress, voting to impose new sanctions on Russia for meddling in the U.S. election. Vladimir Putin himself announcing the dismissal of more than 700 U.S. diplomatic staff in Russia. Here's ABC's chief global affairs correspondent Martha Raddatz tonight.
Russia now striking back at the U.S., announcing the expulsion of U.S. diplomats from the country, demanding more than 700 embassy and consulate staff be removed from their jobs, leaving just 455, the same number Russia U.S. after we expelled personnel last December. Russia also seizing 2 properties used by U.S. diplomats in Russia, moving trucks already on the scene. The retaliation comes after that congressional vote to increase sanctions against Russia as punishment for Moscow's election meddling.